Slender Man Sentencing. One of the teens in the infamous Slender Man case has been sentenced. What does this mean for Slender Man and Tulpe as a whole? I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian whistleblower, 20-year ex-Pentecostal minister, 3 of the largest denominations in the world, Bible college graduate, and beneficiary of over 100,000 hours of biblical study. Bringing you some information tonight about Slender Man and about the sentencing of a teen for the Slender Man crimes. If you remember a few years ago, and I did a video on it at the time, I will link that in the box below once this video does post itself to YouTube and not on the live stream. If you'll remember, there were 2 teens that stabbed one of their friends 19 times. Hello to you in Ecuador. Very nice to see you here. They stabbed one of their friends 19 times, killing her, obviously. And now one of the teens has been sentenced to 25 years in a mental facility. She escaped prison. She's been sentenced to 25 years in a mental facility. I did do a video on this some time ago. I'm going to try to find it real quickly for you. Get out of there. Sorry, the cat doing craziness. Jeff Daugherty, Slender Man. Let's see if we can find this right here. Okay, yes. Interesting. Yeah, let me show you this. I've actually got a couple of videos that you can check out on this subject. Slender Man, who he is, putting a face on Slender Man. That was 3 years ago, putting a face on Slender Man. That's when we were talking about the actual tragedy itself. And then Slender Man, who he is, 1 year ago. And isn't that interesting? Already the live now Slender Man sentencing. So I really encourage you to go check these out. This was actually the show that we did, right during the time that it was going on, talking about what Slender Man actually was, getting into what Slender Man was. Obviously, things were a little bit different back then as far as our levels of technology and our levels of expertise. But here it was a good show. It's worth, I think, watching if you can make it through the lack of technology there. I'm trying to remember where that even is. Oh, okay, I remember where that was. But there's that Slender Man video. And then, of course, the Slender Man, who he is video, which looks pretty much like it's in the same spot, doesn't it? So anyway, you can check those out. I think they will will be good for you. I'll go ahead and link them up in the box below once it posts up to YouTube. So ladies and gentlemen, basically Slender Man started out as a game, grew into a tulpa, which empowered these girls to actually kill one of their girlfriends. So it's important for us to understand, it's important for us to realize how powerful intention can be, how powerful the things that we create can be. And you may not believe in tulpa, you may not believe in thought forms, but this is a thought form. This is a tulpa that was created and grew to such a place that it was able to empower these girls to create a heinous crime. And Slender Man is still being cited today the world over by people who are actually seeing him, actually seeing this dude, Slender Man. And let's take a look at who Slender Man is. I'll give you a look at some of the renderings of Slender Man, what people think Slender Man looks like. Maybe we'll just try to run through some of these pictures. This is Slender Man over here. Of course, he's pasted into this photo that he wasn't really originally there. Slender Man sometimes looks like this. Always slender, obviously. Very seldom any type of a face. Sometimes these kind of arms. That's kind of a more Oops, let me see. I think that one was actually, there's a slit. Looking at him back here under the tree. I don't know if that's an actual picture or not, but people are seeing it like that. There's another depiction of Slender Man. Sometimes he's spider-like with all of those arms coming off of him. That's the picture that I used. Sometimes he has, again, those tentacles. So this is who Slender Man is. You can see him standing back here in the shadows. Again, I don't know if those are photoshopped or not, but this is Slender Man. This is what we're talking about. And it's a tulpa, something that was created out of the thoughts of people, something that was created as a thought form. And here he is, actually, and this is an interesting picture here, but he's actually manifesting. People are seeing him. And these girls say that it was him that encouraged them to kill their young friend. So very interesting. It reminds us of what we're dealing with on a spiritual realm. And it reminds us to take things seriously. When your children talk to you about these type of things, don't just roll your eyes. Don't let it go in one ear through that vacuous empty space between your ears and out the other one. Listen to them, ponder them. I learned a lesson today about listening to people. So listen to people, understand people, and save people by doing so, and save yourself as well. Let me go to the chat room and see if there's any questions here. Hola desde Ecuador. Hola, Ecuador. Thank you for watching. Wisconsin puts out some wicked people. I see Rex is also streaming live. Thank you, Sandra. Violet Flame, what's up, everyone? Good to see you all. Good to see you as well. Oh my gosh, Jeff, wasn't with you then. Definitely have to go back and look at those streams. Yes, interesting stuff. I don't like the tentacles either, Rocker Chick. Remind you of how powerful thoughts are, even people's thoughts. That's correct. Focused, powerful energy can actually manifest into sentient entities. So we need to be careful what we think. We need to be careful what we do. As Galadriel says, or Galadriel, I don't know how to pronounce that. My apologies. Our creative abilities go beyond any imagination. Thomas in Ecuador says, interesting with Slender Man, but we don't have him here in Ecuador. Well, count your blessings for that. Count your, I don't want to say blessings, count your good graces that there is no Slender Man in Ecuador. Violet Flame says she hasn't done readings, but she does them for her friends. And I want to call your attention to the fact that Sandra D just did her first video. It's on her channel. You can click on those to the right of her on those three little dots and get her first introductory video. I think she did a nice job. I'm looking forward to the rest of her channel growing. We're also going to get Violet Flame on this channel. She's been making her own videos and doing good work there as well. So remember who you are, remember what you can do, and also those of you that are parents, take the time to listen to what your children are talking about, take the time to listen to what your children are doing, and take it seriously, because a lot of crazy stuff is happening out there, and you got to make sure that, I'm just looking at somebody texting me about the Georgia Guidestones, which I'm going to talk about in a upcoming video, but I'll just give you a little preview peek. Tonight, I'll be blasting off. We're going to go to the Georgia Guidestones in the morning. I'll also be going to the Hermitage, which is the home of President Andrew Jackson, renowned for paranormal activity. And I'll also be going to the Parthenon in Nashville, which is an exact recreation of the Parthenon on the Acropolis in Athens. So 3 great live programs for you this weekend, coming right on the heels of the Coral Castle on last weekend. And the Mistec has arrived. It is in-house. I will get that out ASAP. And I promise you, we will not have any delay in the future. And as my way of apology for the delay, I'm going to offer anybody that makes a subsequent order a 25% discount instead of a 20% discount on that particular subsequent order. as my way of saying thank you and as my way of saying I apologize for the ability for us being overwhelmed by the initial response. So we've got that fixed, and subsequent orders will be 25% off for that. Not everyone, but your first subsequent order after this first order, I'll give you 25% off as my way of saying of an apology for the fact that we got overwhelmed. And that's, I think that's fair. So moving forward, it'll be streamlined, smooth, no problem. Sorry, this one it took a little bit longer than any one of us thought or any one of us wanted. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, Slender Man is real. He's become real, even though he was a thought form and a tulpa. Listen to your children, observe your children, understand what they're doing, be in their lives, be a part of their lives, and watch yourself. The old adage, be careful what you wish for, be careful what you concentrate on. Mystery Johnson will tell you that. Be careful, be vigilant, be Slender Man's like Bitcoin. Be vigilant and remember what's going on. And remember, folks, being divine, being sovereign, being free is a process. And even though it may not seem like it, right now you're right where you need to be. Don't give up until you have set yourself free. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty. This was a quick update. I'll be back a little bit later to talk to you about the weekend's activities. Until then, guide your own spirit, master your own ascension, be your own guru, ask questions, keep questioning answers. Stay fearless, my friends, and I salute all of you that are here to unindoctrinate yourself.